Hi Leos, this is Ciao with Ariana Stark. This is your forecast for May 2026. I will dive into Divine Mistress Oracle, Love Oracle, the Ideal Tarot, amongst other decks for your reading this month. For a personalized reading as well as for deck purchase, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. Now let's just understand what's in store for you this month. The overall energy from the Ideal Tarot, I do have the Four of Wands. This talks about you hitting the bullseye with respect to work. You're going to be someone who is going to be very productive, maybe a step ahead of others. Sometimes people are envious of our talents. They could even emulate or copy you. But you should take it in your stride because this means that you're ahead of the pack. Your boss or superior does acknowledge your goodness, your ability, or your capacity to be ingenuous. Other than that, home improvements are also very likely. Surprises are in store for you. Gains, like I said, will be there. You also need to focus on home improvements. In essence, Leos, you need to counter envy this month. Maybe you should also focus on spiritual practice. The final days of April, stepping into May, I do have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is from the suit of Cups, so possibly you're also dealing with Cancer, Pisces, as well as Scorpions. I think you also needed to seek medical attention or have discussions with a lawyer, a healer, maybe an occultist also. Paperwork or technical matters were abounding at this time. Your family may have frowned upon your ideas. Maybe you didn't get the support from them, but there are outsiders who were helpful or trying to assist you. Maybe you may have felt also that someone was very manipulative while you needed to be clever. Obstacles to overcome this month or the challenges, I do have the Moon card. Now, the Moon means that your emotions could fluctuate. You also need to get a grip on your temperament because sometimes we don't know which way to act because of our emotions. So, don't allow your emotions to get the better of you. Vivid dreams are very likely. Follow your sixth sense. You're also someone who's very creative and like I said, you have good ideas up your sleeve with your ingenuity, but then you may be also dealing with unprofessional people who could end up blaming you for being lax or tardy. I think you don't want to be associated with them. Some of you may also be dealing with job offers, but you may not know which way to act. Clients could also show an interest, but then there is no concrete offer. Influences for this month, I do have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this Five of Pentacles means that you need to negotiate with others. Five is a very flexible number. You also need to be very watchful as a question of principles or ethics could also arise. Maybe you should let go of what is not yours. Leos, I'm also picking up that you need to keep your belongings safely. You could also be a bit hassled because there's no system and order on the work front. Besides, others are unwilling to take charge. Even in personal relationships also, you need to avoid saying things which could affect your relationship. From Lenormand also, I do have the Moon card. So the Moon has come up twice in your reading. This talks about confusion with respect to a decision that needs to be made. Again, in a romantic connection also, Leos, you could be a bit confused. The first 10 days of May, I do have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles means that you need to plan for your future. Maybe some of you are also seeking financial assistance. You need to pay up. You should invest wisely. Gadget issues could also arise here. So, you could be a bit nostalgic about how things are within your family or personal life. The next 10 days, that is 11 to 20th May, I do have the Fool card. This talks about new beginnings, but try not to be blinded by what others say. I think you also need to communicate with others. Maybe many of you are also wanting to make travel plans. You are in an investigative frame of mind. You want to get to the bottom of things for sure. Again, I also have the star that flipped in your reading, which means that you need to understand that this is the time to focus on learning. You cannot fight destiny. Even if there are roadblocks, even if deadlines have to be met, you have to do the needful. Maybe there could also be issues with the male figure over here. Someone could also deliberately try to create hindrances in the path, but with that Four of Wands, I think you're going to come good. Incidentally, the final days of the month, that is 21st to 31st May, I do have the Strength card. This is another major arcana. So this is going to be a significant May for Leos worldwide. This talks about surprises and gains which are in the offing. Past dues will also come in. Some issues will definitely annoy you, but overall it's a fruitful last 11 days. Maybe you should also ask for favors from those who are in authority, government officials as well. In personal relationships, again, I'm picking up Leos that letting go can be your biggest strength. Incidentally, from the Divine Messages Oracle, I do have the card, some doors are best left closed. So, in case you're getting a negative response to an idea, maybe you should understand that it is for your highest good. There could be skeletons in the cupboard, so it is better not to open the door. Besides, God always opens other doors for you. If only you were aware of the effect you have on me. So someone is definitely smitten, someone definitely is making sheep eyes at you. Maybe you're dealing with a star-crossed lover, but you are not waking up to the connection, or it could even be vice versa. You may be persuasive, but this person is not giving much away or is not showing an interest. That could also leave you a bit confused about the relationship. Incidentally, from the Romance Angel deck, I do have the card Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, it says. I think many of you could be romancing. You may be making travel plans this month. So, a weekend getaway could be ideal for getting or reigniting that spark in your relationship or connection. I think if you have been misunderstood or there's been miscommunication, you need to talk about whatever is bothering you with your person. Maybe you also need to discuss your childhood or what has transpired in your past, because this could also make your person understand you much better. Those of you in a third party situation, maybe you could be let down by your person this month. Maybe you have date nights planned, but he could be busy. That is why you may feel this relationship is not going to go the distance. Yet I have the card, we will be together again. So this means that maybe in another lifetime you will come together. You did have star in your reading. So somewhere you may feel that this relationship could culminate into something fruitful in another lifetime. Maybe that is why this card, if only you were aware of the effect you have on me. Other than that, those of you who are in a relationship where your person is very oppressive, I think, Leos, you need to break free from that connection, because you cannot be walking with blinders on, with the Fool in your reading. The last card in this reading is you're a powerful light worker. So many of you are gifted. You can use your spiritual gifts to heal others this month. In fact, if you want to join the occult sciences, or if you want to read up research on the subject like astrology, tarot, then this is the month we should work on it, because you have those gifts to help mankind in general. I hope, Leos, you liked your reading. This is Tarot with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.